So I think a lot of people thought when you bought Twitter that this is kind of an outlier. Like, how does this, what doesn't fit with these other things you're doing? I never thought that. Because I think you're dealing with big civilizational issues and problems, and I was right on your page. I think Twitter is one of them. I mean, you have talked about this woke mind virus.
Yes.
In his interview on Real Time with Bill Mah, Elon Musk delves into the contentious topic of free speech and what he refers to as the woke mind virus. Musk critiques this cultural phenomenon as a force that undermines meritocracy and suppresses open dialogue. Comparing it to cancel culture, he voices concerns about how these trends could threaten foundational freedoms. Musk emphasizes the vital role of the First Amendment in American society, warning against the dangers of censorship, not only in the US, but across the globe. His insights call for a reevaluation of how societies handle dissenting voices and the potential consequences of curbing free expression. I love how Elon cracks himself up, and the fact that he takes a moment to think before answering a question, something that doesn't happen at all in many cases. Two intelligent men having an interesting conversation. So refreshing. Let's watch the video.
In really apocalyptic terms, you should explain why you don't think it's hyperbole to say things like it's pushing civilization towards suicide. First of all, what is the woke mind virus? And if we don't deal with this, nothing else can get done. Tell me why you think that.
Yeah, so I think we need to be very cautious about anything that is anti-meritocratic and anything that is that results in the suppression of free speech. So, you know, those are two of the aspects of the woke mind virus that I think are very dangerous. Is that it's often anti-meritocratic. You can't question things. Even the questioning is bad. So, another way to almost synonymous would be cancel culture. And obviously people have tried to cancel you many times.
Many times.
Yeah, I mean,
every week.
Yeah.
Musk's comments about the woke mind virus and freedom of speech reflect his growing concern about a cultural shift that he sees as restrictive and anti-meritocracy. He defines the woke mind virus as an ideology that discourages critical questioning and prioritizes certain societal beliefs over free, open debate. Musk likens this to cancel culture, where individuals or ideas are often silenced rather than challenged through discourse. According to Elon Musk, such an atmosphere inhibits innovation and stunts growth, as it prevents people from exploring or challenging mainstream ideas.
He drew that diagram once where you're here. I related to that. And like, the world has changed.
Right.
I feel the same way. I feel like very often wokeness is not building on liberalism. It's the opposite of liberalism. I can mention many examples where it's including free speech.
Free speech is actually is extremely important. And it's bizarre that we've come to this point where free speech used to be a left or liberal value. And yet we see from, the in quotes left, a desire to actually censor. That seems crazy. I mean, I think we should be extremely concerned about anything that undermines the First Amendment. There's a reason for the First Amendment. The First Amendment is because people came from countries where they could not speak freely, and where saying certain things would get you thrown into prison. And they were like, well, we don't want that here. And by the way, in many parts of the world, including parts of the world that people might think are relatively similar to the United States, the speech laws are draconian.
Musk also emphasizes the historical importance of free speech in the US, particularly under the First Amendment, which he views as a unique safeguard against censorship. He believes that when free speech is threatened, society risks losing the diversity of thought necessary for democratic and scientific progress. Musk's concerns extend beyond America, as he points to other nations where free expression is increasingly restricted, warning that this erosion of open discourse could have global repercussions.
Okay, so
I really can't emphasize this enough. We must protect free speech, and free speech only matters. It's only relevant when it's someone you don't like saying something you don't like, because obviously speech that you like is it's easy. So it's the thing about censorship is that, sure, for those who would advocate it, just remember, at some point, that will be turned on you.
It seems like both Bill Mah and Elon Musk are very excited about this topic. The lively conversation kept the audience entertained.
Keep watching the video.
So, this woke mind virus, how did it start? Was it bats? Was it a escape from a lab? I mean, what is your assessment of what? Because it's fairly recent. How did it start and why?
I was trying to figure out where it's coming from. I think it's actually been a long time brewing, in that it's, I think it's been going on for a while. The amount of indoctrination that's happening in schools and universities is, I think, far beyond what parents realize. And I sort of came to realize this somewhat late. The experience that we had in high school and college is not the experience that kids today are having, and hasn't been for, I don't know, 10 years, maybe 20 years. So,
aren't parents themselves also a big part of the problem?
Well, I suppose in some cases that parents, but I think like the parents are just generally not aware of what their kids are being taught, or what they're not being taught.
But they're letting the kids think that they're equal.
I mean, yeah. Let me give you an example that a friend of mine told me, which his daughters go to college go to high school in the Bay Area, and he was asking them, like, well, so who are the first few presidents of the United States? They could name Washington, and I said, well, what do you know about him? Well, he was a slave owner. What else?
Right. Exactly.
Nothing.
Right.
Like, okay, maybe you should know more than that. Yeah.
Yeah. That is the woke mind virus. Exactly. Yeah.
Musk aims to counteract this trend by promoting a balanced approach to content moderation, where a wide array of perspectives is welcomed, even those that might be considered controversial. By fostering an environment of openness and reducing restrictions, Musk envisions Twitter as a tool for strengthening democratic values and protecting the principle of free speech in an increasingly digital world.
But for some reason, people just get fired after that.
His rant yesterday or today on Twitter,
I think it was yesterday or something.
It did more than every cable news monologue or something like that. Is that right?
Well, Twitter has a tremendous audience. So there's 250 million people that spend an average of half an hour a day on Twitter. So it's about 120 to 130 million user hours per day, and it's been increasing. So we didn't do anything, to be clear. We did nothing special whatsoever. I learned about it afterwards, that he'd posted something on Twitter. So it's just that Twitter has a lot of people's attention. And it tends to be the people that are that read a lot or are interested in current events, and generally are pretty influential. So,
but most of the people who tweet are the same people, right? I mean, the people who actually tweet as opposed to just reading it.
Yeah.
I feel like I've read this many times, that's a very, very small percentage of the people on Twitter. And it seems like, see, here's why I don't tweet anymore, because you may be the mayor of Tweet Town now.
Yeah. And the mayor of Tweet Town. We're getting a cap with that.
And I'm glad, and I like it that the mayor likes my jokes. But the reason I don't do it anymore is because the mob of Mean Girls is still there. And that has not changed.
I know.
Like, it's too easy to get canceled.
In his acquisition of Twitter, Musk aims to make the platform a digital town square, where a wide range of voices can coexist without fear of censorship or suppression. His belief is that social media platforms should protect the right to express diverse viewpoints, even when they're unpopular or controversial. For Musk, ensuring this balance on Twitter is crucial not only for the platform's success, but also for preserving a society that values free expression and rigorous debate.
Did you like this topic? Let us know by commenting below.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to follow the next videos. Thanks for watching.